The liturgical year, also known as the church year or Christian year, as well as the calendar, consists of the cycle of liturgical seasons in Christian churches that determines when feast days, including celebrations of saints, are to be observed, and which portions of Scripture are to be read either in an annual cycle or in a cycle of several years. Distinct liturgical colors may appear in connection with different seasons of the liturgical year. The dates of the festivals vary somewhat between the different churches, though the sequence and logic is largely the same. Liturgical cycle. The liturgical cycle divides the year into a series of seasons, each with their own mood, theological emphases, and modes of prayer, which can be signified by different ways of decorating churches, colors of paraments and vestments for clergy, scriptural readings, themes for preaching, and even different traditions and practices often observed personally or in the home. In churches that follow the liturgical year, the scripture passages for each Sunday are specified in a lectionary. After the Protestant Reformation, Anglicans and Lutherans continued to follow the lectionary of the Roman Rite. Following a decision of the Second Vatican Council, the Catholic Church revised that lectionary in 1969, adopting a 3-year cycle of readings for Sundays and a 2-year cycle for weekdays. Adaptations of the revised Roman Rite lectionary were adopted by Protestants, leading to the publication in 1994 of the revised Common Lectionary for Sundays and major feasts, which is now used by many Protestant denominations, including also Methodists, Reformed, United, etc. This has led to a greater awareness of the traditional Christian year among Protestants, especially among mainline denominations. Biblical calendars. Scholars are not in agreement about whether the calendars used by the Jews before the Babylonian captivity were solar or lunisolar like the present-day Hebrew calendar. The first month of the year was called, meaning the month of green ears of grain. It thus occurred in the spring. At about the time of the Babylonian captivity, the Jews adopted as the name for the month the term, based on the Babylonian name Nisanu. Thomas J. Talley says that the adoption of the Babylonian term occurred even before the captivity. In the earlier calendar, most of the months were simply called by a number. The Babylonian-derived names of the months currently used by Jews are Nisan, Iyar, Sivan, Tammuz, Av, Elul, Tishri, Cheshvan, Kislev, Tevet, Shevat, Adar. In biblical times, the following Jewish religious feasts were celebrated: Pesach 14 Nisan, Abib 15 Nisan, Abib. Shavuot, 50th day counted from Passover, normally 6 Sivan. Day of blowing shofar, trumpet 1 Tishri. Yom Kippur 10 Tishri. Sukkot 15 Tishri. Hanukkah 25 Kislev. Purim 14 Adar.